What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I'm going to be talking about this football game that went down where one team just kind of bullied the crap out of the other one and won 106-0. Let's talk about it. Nice racking her ass Brazilian, just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Alright guys, I don't talk about it too much, but I consider myself a pretty big football fan, particularly the NFL. I don't really watch college or high school football often, but I know enough about football to know that losing by 106 points is a very substantial margin. So when I saw an article about it, I was interested and wanted to give it a click. It was a classless move, Morningside coach says of Inglewood scoring 106 points. I mean, listen, obviously you gotta take this quote with a grain of salt just because of the fact that it's the losing coach that's saying this. Obviously anyone that loses is gonna think the opposing team is classless. That being said, there might be some truth to that considering that they got blown out 106-0. If we just do multiples of touchdowns alone, it means they outscored them by 15 touchdowns, dude. They scored 15 times. By score 7 when they haven't even gotten a first down yet, you can probably let your foot off the gas a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially because it's not a professional sport, it's high school football. By the time you're up 60 points in a football game, it's over. It doesn't matter how great the other team plays, there's just no way they're gonna be able to catch up, dude. So the fact that they just had to keep running up on the score on these kids just reminds me of something you would see in a South Park episode. Inglewood Morningside football coach Brian Collins did not have kind words for the Inglewood High coaching staff on Saturday morning when discussing his team 106-0 loss to the Sentinels in-game that saw Inglewood quarterback Justin Martin throw 13 touchdown passes, including a 2-point conversion with a 104-0 lead. Yeah, dude, this other team was just being jerks, man. You really don't need to do that. You don't play your starting quarterback and let him throw 13 touchdowns. You get a giant lead and then you let your backups play because that's just the thing to do in high school football if you're blowing them out. Obviously, they were going for the state record. They wanted to be in the record books. I just hope if they put them in the record books, there's a big asterisk there and it goes, they just beat the crap out of a team that was way worse than them for an hour and didn't stop. This is basically the equivalent of what happens when that one dad that's way too into Little League gets in control of a Little League team and they just beat the other team 36 runs to nothing. The other team's crying. They're like, please make it stop. No, get back out there and keep playing. It was a classless move, said Collins, a first-year coach at Morningside. I told them, go play St. John's Bosco or Mater D. Collins said he was proud of his players for not quitting. He said a running clock did not start until the second quarter, despite attempts to switch to a running clock earlier when they led 59-0 after the first quarter. Alright, a running clock is basically where, there's a bunch of things that stop the clock in football. They'll just let it run regardless. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It just makes the game go by incredibly faster. So the fact that they wouldn't let them do a running clock when they were already up 59-0 just shows the attitude that they had, dude. I'm shocked the players didn't quit, because I would have quit. I didn't play football very long. I only played for 2 years. That being said, if I was down 59-0 after the first quarter and they just kept going and trying as hard as they were, I would have just been yeah, I'm done. I'm shocked a fight didn't break out. I almost feel when you're up 104-0 and you go for a 2-point conversion, I'm punching you in the face if I tackle you. I'm just you're just being a douche. I am shocked a fight did not break out over this, especially because, football's an intense game. You're playing sports, your emotions get the best of you a little bit. Someone's just being a jerk to you and wasting your time. And clearly they're being douches about it because they're throwing 13 touchdown passes trying to show off. I'm surprised it did not get aggressive, all right? I'm not saying it should have. There's not a reason to fight over football. I've just seen people fight over much less at sporting events. The refs asked them to run the clock and they refused. Inglewood head coach Milvan James is in his third season. He was head coach at Hawkins in the city section until being fired following the 2016 section when his team had to forfeit for every victory for using ineligible players and the program was placed on 2 years probation for rules violation. He has 7 players on this year's team committed to major universities. All are transfer students. James did not respond to an email seeking comment about the lopsided win. Collins said he was surprised to see Martin, who committed to UCLA this week, play throughout. All right, so this was basically that bench warmer situation where they brought like that grown man in to play baseball and he had the birth certificate that said I am 12. Using ineligible players usually means that, they're too old or not supposed to be playing high school football. So it just seems like this guy's usually willing to do like anything to win a high school football game or be in the record books, dude. And listen, everybody's known a coach like that. A coach that like, yeah, you win, but you don't necessarily win by the best ways. So like, It is definitely surprising to see a guy who's already got a scholarship trying to just run up the records too. Obviously, I'm going to assume he's listening to his coach because that's just what they tell you to do. But if you've already got a UCLA scholarship, there's no reason to run out there, trounce up the score, 13 touchdowns for no reason. And I know there's going to be someone in the comments who's like, that's what competition's about, blah, 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 blah. And I agree, but it's just not a competition at a certain point. You know what I mean? If it's 106 to 89, I don't think anyone has a problem here. It's 106 to 0. That's kind of the problem. By all means, you want to win 63 to nothing, run up the score through 4 quarters, that's fine. If you're up 59-0 at the end of the first quarter, you win. You don't need to keep just slaughtering them. The full statement reads, the CIF Southern Section expects that all athletic contests are be conducted under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. We expect coaches, players, officials, administrators, and students to adhere to the 6 pillars of character, trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. A score of 106 does not represent these ideals to 0, sorry. The CIFSS condemns the strongest terms results such as these, and it is our expectation that the Inglewood administration will work towards putting in place an action plan so that such an event does not repeat itself. I will say, dude, it almost seems a little bit more ridiculous for him to even be running up the score this much because it's like, obviously you're a good coach. Like, obviously you're a good coach if you have a bunch of players committed to major universities and you can score 106 points in the first place. So it's not like, it's a school that had lost every game before this. This is the first time they've ever scored a touchdown before in the history of the world and they just got a little too overexcited. Like, nah, clearly this team is really, really good and has been for a while, so it's not like, it's absurd for them to score touchdowns. There's no reason they should have been so excited. I also do have to say that was a mouthful. That was a bunch of PR crap, that's for sure. Like, they just crammed as many words that they thought would, sound good as possible into one document and just told them to publish it. Nobody even read it. As we know, the 6 pillars of respect, community, trustworthiness, okay. I don't really think anything will be done about it. It's just insane to me that, you ran up the score that much, bro. You really didn't have to dunk on them that hard. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Press the like button, comment down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. If you want to support me, you can check out the intro song link down below. You can also check out my podcast, the Scuffedcast, link down there too. Or, of course, you could use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout to get a discount on G Fuel. Other than that, I did put some story times on Spotify. You can check those out. I'll put the link at the top of the description. Feel free to go give them a listen, download them, all that good stuff. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.